download the revision guides which accompany these videos, head over to www.mrbruff.com.
Hello and welcome to this video entitled Stranger Than Fiction. In a previous video I talked about how the novel Frankenstein is based on Luigi Galvani, the scientist, and his experiments, and he experimented with dead animals and touching electricity to them to see how they reacted. He found that the limbs of animals could be caused to spasm if touched with an electric current, but in today's video I want to go one step further and talk about Galvani's nephew, Giovanni Aldini. Now this man, he took the experiments to a whole new level by trying them out on the body of a human being. In 1803 there was a very evil man called George Foster who murdered his wife and child, and he was hanged for the crime. Well, shortly after the hanging, Aldini took the body and experimented on it with electricity. And the results were written about in the kind of newspapers of the day. And here's a quote about what happened on this real-life experiment. On the first application of the process to the face, the jaws of the deceased criminal began to quiver, and the adjoining muscles were horribly contorted, and one eye was actually opened. In the subsequent part of the process, the right hand was raised and clenched, and the legs and thighs were set in motion. Well, as you can see, that bears a very strong similarity to what we read Dr. Frankenstein's experiment in chapter 5. By the glimmer of the half-extinguished light, I saw the dull yellow eye of the creature open. It breathed hard, and a convulsive motion agitated its its limbs. So you can see there's a real similarity here, even the fact that one eye opens. And that's one of the ways that Mary Shelley makes her book so scary. She undoubtedly would have read about Aldini's experiments, and she would have thought, I'm going to use that idea in my book because it'll make it extra scary, as I talked about in a previous video, and as I talk about in my ebook, the link's in the description. If you base a horror story on some ideas that are actually taking place in real life, but then you make them, create things like in the book. If you make the experiment turn out to be an evil monster that goes around killing everyone, then you scare the English readership who think, oh no, the real life experiments taking place by Galvani and Aldini and the rest are going to result in this catastrophe. And it scares the reader because the story is partly based in reality and the fiction element is pure evil. Whether you're studying Frankenstein for GCSE, A-level, or even your degree, my new guide to the text is really worth buying. It's just £1.99 at mrbruff.com. You can also get the Kindle edition at Amazon. Follow the links in the description. And what are you going to get in this book? Well, first you'll get the complete original text from Mary Shelley, but then also I've written 40 pages of analysis. That's 12,000 words analysing the author, the context, the genre, importance of the title, setting, the characters, the use of language, structure, metaphor, imagery, the theme of fate, nature versus nurture, the role of women, religious imagery and metaphor, all sorts of topics. So please do follow the links in the description to pick up a copy, and it really will help you in your studies of this classic novel.